What is up, y'all? It's your friendly neighborhood music consumer, musician, vinyl collector, everything, whatever. I'm Eric Nigma here with another YouTube video that is off the record. Sabu. Off the record, of course, if you haven't been keeping up, is the series I do whenever I want to talk about things that are off vinyl, because, off the record, get it? Yeah. And this time I want to talk about wrestling. Yes, I've been a wrestling fan all my life. Basically, as long as I can remember. I was a little kid during the Attitude Era, the Monday Night Wars. I mean, I went to see Ready to Rumble in theaters with my friend, my best friend at the time, Devontae, and I vividly remember me and Devontae and the whole theater losing their shit when Kid Rock's Ball to the Ball plays and Goldberg, Booker T, I believe Disco Inferno, and I can't remember who's the fourth person when they come out and go to help Jimmy the King in that triple level whatever cage match against DDP. That's how big a fucking wrestling fan I am. I remember that shit. I saw Ready to Rumble in theaters. Foreign objects. I've been a wrestling fan for a long time. I've been to numerous WWE shows, whether it's Raw, SmackDown, or house show, whatever. I'm into those. I went to the first AEW Dynamite show. The very first episode was done in my hometown. I was there. It was great, and it made me, made me all elite from day one. So, I mean, I was all elite before then, but like just that experience, having been to so many WWE shows for so many years, to go to something that was outside of sports entertainment in the wrestling world was very dope, very fun, different kind of energy, and I can't wait to go back to another one, man, soon. And that's why I collect wrestling tees, because collecting wrestling tees is part of being a wrestling fan. If you're not collecting wrestling tees and you're a wrestling fan, then you're probably either collecting replica titles or DVD pay-per-view DVDs, or wrestler memorabilia from actual wrestlers, like maybe signed by them, or like actual in-ring used stuff, or you just buying a shitload of wrestling figures, wrestling action figures, which before I got into wrestling tees as hard as I have now, that was my thing. I have cases upon cases back here in these closets of wrestling figures that I don't touch anymore, but I can't let go of, because I was going hard for those WWE Mattel Legends Classics figures. I got a bunch of those in the closet. That's another video, maybe. Yeah, wrestling tees, man. That's where I'm at now. I'm all about the wrestling tees. You see this Undertaker graphic tee I got here? Rest in peace. Yeah, I've been, I haven't had an Undertaker tee as long as I've been watching Undertaker on TV. Haven't had an Undertaker tee, and that's where most of my wrestling tees come from. Just me not having them all these years that I've been into wrestling. And so I have a pretty chunky collection that I want to show you here, on top of got some new ones. Got some new ones that I just got today too, that we're also going to get into. So let's bust into these, and then I'll make my way through the rest of my wrestling collection. Now, what's inside here are, I believe, 5 wrestling tees that I got during WrestleMania weekend that just recently happened. You know, WWE, whenever they have those big pay-per-views, man, or really any pay-per-view, WWE shop, they have some pretty nice deals for stuff that's on sale, and 40% off on t-shirts. I just went through, start building up my cart on what they had, and yeah, man, there's some stuff in here that I've been wanting to have from it, and then there's some stuff that of wrestle, some of my favorite wrestlers that I already have shirts of, but I just wanted another one up, and we'll go through and I'll show you who I got starting with. Ooh, man, one of the goats, baby, one of the goats. Latino Heat. Latino Heat, man. Yeah. Can you stand the heat? Now, that's the thing for me with when it comes to any graphic tee, especially wrestling tees. Give me something on the back, man. Give me something nice on the front. Something cool in the back. You know. Or something really cool in the front and something nice on the back as well. You know. Yeah, man, Eddie Guerrero is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I grew up on Eddie Guerrero, and unfortunately, I remember the day of his passing like it was yesterday, man. Like, me and my friend, Brandon, we were just hanging out like we normally do, you know, as kids, outside and stuff. And then we came inside, and we went on the computer for some reason. Can't remember why, but we ended up going to WWE.com, and that was the front page news that Eddie Guerrero died. And I remember calling my other friend John, who was a big wrestling fan as much as I was. He loved The Undertaker, and I remember telling him the news, and yeah, we were just shocked, man. That was one of the saddest wrestling deaths easily that I've, you know, had experienced. Probably the first big one at that time. And unfortunately, that's a thing in wrestling. Just, you know, early deaths. I hate to bring it up in this video, but yeah, you know, because there's many other wrestlers that, you know, just were gone too soon that I grew up with, you know, in their prime. You know, some I have shirts of in our show, but yeah, had to get this Latino Heat one. I already have another one by Eddie Guerrero that I'll show you a little bit because I love Eddie. He's one of my favorites. But I had to get this one. They had it on sale. I love Eddie. You know, R.I.P. to Latino Heat Guerrero. Viva la Raza. But we'll start with this one. This feels really good coming off of Eddie. And that is a Rey Mysterio shirt. Yeah. Rey Mysterio is awesome. Rey Mysterio's one of the greatest luchadors of all time, in my opinion. And I've had the pleasure of seeing him many times wrestle. His entrances, I'm pretty sure I saw him when he used to pop up out the trapdoor to Booyaka, which was dope. And yeah, I don't have a Rey Mysterio shirt as much as I love Rey Mysterio. You know, I always wanted a Rey Mysterio mask. Always had like the little plastic ones they sold at the shows that were decent. But yeah, Rey Mysterio is that dude. There's nothing on the back, which I was kind of hesitant with because they had this one shirt that had all of his mask, like different variations of his mask on the back, but the front just was like really bad. So I went with this one because it's not black. Huge Rey Mysterio fan. I'm a huge Eddie fan, and I love their matches together, especially like the Halloween Havoc match. You know, when Rey's in the purple one piece. Yeah, man, that's a classic. That's a classic match. I love that. So yeah, definitely had to get a Mysterio tee with a Guerrero tee because I mean, you know, go hand in hand, damn near. Here. Now, I've been waiting to get this one for a minute, yo. not this specific tee, but just this wrestler's tee, because this wrestler is easily my favorite wrestler of all time growing up. It is a man that is now known as Dwayne Johnson, but of course we all knew him as The Rock. Yeah. And on the back it says, "Do you smell it? It doesn't matter." Yeah, man. First, I don't. It's really weird. I haven't had a T-shirt of The Rock for this long, but just didn't see anything that really caught my eye. And you know, they had a lot of. I just said, "Fuck it, man. I want a Rock T-shirt." Like, I love The Rock. He was one of my favorite wrestlers growing up. Easily, probably, arguably my favorite, next to, of course, you know, Stone Cold. But yeah, man, I had to get a Rock shirt, and yeah, this is the one that I like the most out of what they had. Some of the designs of some of the Rock T-shirts they have at WWE Shop are not that great, but this is the one that interests me the most. And here it is. Let me put it on, actually. The Rock says, "Know your role." Yeah. Love The Rock. The Rock is one of the greatest on the mic, in the ring. Awesome. Let me make sure I get the right person out next, because this person goes with The Rock, actually. And that is Stone Cold Steve Austin. 316, baby. That's right. It was either this or I get the classic Austin 316 shirt, but that's, you know, I'm not, no matter how classic it is, if it's just like a very simple print on it, I don't want it really. You know, I prefer something like this, or like they had one that had like the rattlesnake on it. But nah, this is what I want. This one, it's got a "Give me a hell yeah" on the back. The Stone Cold Steve Austin. Oh, there is a 316. Bam, 316 right there. Even better, even better. But what can I say about Stone Cold that has been said before? He's one of the best. He's one of the greatest ever. Everyone loves him today. I loved him then. And yeah, the Stunner, one of the most badass wrestlers of all time. Easily. Definitely in my top 5. He's one of my favorites, for sure. And the last shirt that I have in here is one that I should have gotten a long time ago, but I don't know why I just suddenly decided that, like, now I need it. Well, because it was on sale, actually. And that is a Cactus Jack t-shirt. Yeah, the one that we all have seen Mick Foley wear as Cactus Jack. I love this. I finally have it. And yeah, nothing on the back, you know, just blank. But yeah, man, I really can't say why I just got this, but other than, like, hey, saw they had it. It was on sale, and I definitely wanted it. So bam. Mick Foley, Undertaker, X-Pac, The Rock, Stone Cold. Well, Kane. Gotta say Kane, actually. So I'll put X-Pac's an honorable mention, but Kane, Undertaker, Mick Foley, The Rock, and Stone Cold were my top 5 favorite wrestlers during the Attitude Era from WWF. And yeah, man, all the faces of Foley, I love. That's one of my favorite things about Mick Foley. All the different characters he plays, and just how crazy the man is. He has some of my favorite matches, some of my favorite wrestling moments. The Hell in a Cell match with him and Taker. The was it a Hell in a Cell match as well with him and Triple H? Like, I mean, of course, the match with him and The Rock. Mick Foley has some amazing classic, keep you on the edge of your seat, violent at times matches, man. And yeah, love Mr. Foley, Mama Foley's baby boy. So those were the shirts I just received let's get into the shirts I've had, starting with AEW, All Elite Wrestling, baby. Yeah, I've started growing a collection of AEW shirts for a minute now, starting with this one. This is the one I got when I actually went to the first Dynamite show, the first AEW Dynamite show. This is what I walked away with, because at that time I hadn't really had anybody that I was really, you know, like a super fan of, that I was ready to spend money on. But I was just there to support the brand, man. And so that's where this comes from, just the regular AEW shirt. But over time, over the last couple of years, you know, the more I've been watching Dynamite consistently, I've just been, you know, growing towards certain characters, certain stars, man, that I just love watching, such as, like, for example, the Butcher, the Blade, and the Bunny. Yeah, I love this little faction, if that's what you call them, this team, the Butcher, the Blade, and the Bunny. Partially because I love Every Time I Die. So Andy from Every Time I Die, you know, wrestling and him being part of this as the Butcher, it's like, yeah, I'm sold immediately. And I just love the way they've been used to just sort of, it's like these hired guns, like these henchmen for hire, basically, within the company. I just love them. So, you know, I ended up getting this shirt of theirs. I think it's really fucking dope, of how it's just a combination of all their, you know, the Blade's mask and the Butcher's monocle, and then the knives, and then the bunny ears. Like, it's a pretty dope, it's a pretty metal kind of shirt, you know, which I really fuck with. This might pull at your heartstrings. Exalted One, Brody Lee. Saw this man when he was Luke Harper every time WWE came to town, whether he was in the Wyatt family, whether he was solo, whether he was a Bludgeon Brother. Yeah, Luke Harper, Brody Lee. I really hate that did not, you know, me and many others did not get to experience him as the Exalted One of the Dark Order. Literally gone too soon, man. Like, that's even feels like understatement. It really sucks, you know, that he's not here, but had to get this to commemorate a great wrestler, great human being, great family man, father, and just, man, dude, sucks that he's not here, man. That's all I can really say. It sucks. Next up, though, got this Darby Allin shirt. It's pretty fucking dope. Darby Allin has officially become one of my favorite AEW stars. So yeah, this is probably going to be the first of many Darby Allin shirts. I knew I was going to like him. I just didn't know how far they were going to push him. You know, so I didn't want to invest. That's one thing I hate, is I hate buying shirts or like super investing into a wrestler that, you know, just doesn't get pushed as far as they should, you know. But Darby Allin, man, they know that Darby is a star. And yeah, so this is one of my favorite AEW shirts, because, you know, this is one of my favorite wrestlers in AEW, along with Mox. Jon Moxley, baby, formerly known as Dean Ambrose. Saw him all the years when he was with the Shield in WWE, and yeah, can't wait till I finally get to see him as Jon Moxley, kicking ass in AEW. Have not seen the man yet it live in the ring as Jon Moxley, in an AEW ring. I'm very much looking forward to it, because he is definitely one of my favorite AEW stars right now, man. Dude is doing amazing work since he's came over there, and that's why I have a shirt of his, because he is the shit. He's one of the best. Join the Dark Order. Yeah, Dark. I love the I knew I was going to love the Dark Order. I just didn't want to jump the gun on getting a Dark Order shirt so soon, you know. But just when it was just Evil, Uno, and Stu, I was like, there's something about this gimmick that I'm just really loving, man. But I don't know what it is yet. I don't want to jump the gun on like getting super invested to them. But I love now what the Dark Order has become, especially how they've had to deal with the loss of their Exalted One, and how they've pretty much turned from like this evil cult into basically like a fraternity of some sort. So yeah, Dark Order is one of my favorites, and I'm glad I got this Dark Order shirt to represent for the Dark Order. Last AEW shirt I have is, of course, it's Sting. Yeah, Sting is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time as well. My favorite WCW wrestler. But just one of my favorite wrestlers ever, the icon Sting. And yeah, man, him appearing in AEW, yeah, I had to get this shirt, man. I fucking love Sting. This feels iconic to me. This is easily my favorite AEW shirt I have yet, because like this is a big deal. It's Sting. Who would have expected that? Who would have seen that coming? But yeah, man. And that's pretty much it for my AEW shirts. You know, I don't have any Cody or Young Bucks or Kenny shirts yet. I'm just waiting for a good one. They have a lot, but they have a lot to choose from. But I'm just waiting on the right one to pull the trigger on. I will get one. I will get a shirt of each of those soon. I do have a Britt Baker shirt on the way. That's my AEW shirts as of right now. Right, so getting into the rest of my wrestling shirt collections. These are a little more miscellaneous. Majority of these are WWE, WWF shirts, but not all of them are. I'll show you as we go through. First up is this Mineral Wash The Fiend shirt. Let me in. Yes, The Fiend is one of my favorite characters in the WWE right now, and that's all I will say, because I'm very pissed with WWE in general right now, but one of the biggest things is being what they are doing with The Fiend and Bray Wyatt and the whole Alexa Bliss shit. I'm not even going to get into it, but yeah, I have this Fiend shirt because I love The Fiend. He's my favorite character in WWE right now, and hopefully they get this shit together, but I'm not even watching right now. This is a 3 Faces of Foley shirt that I've gotten not too long ago. I love this shirt. It's got Cactus Jack, it's got Dude Love, it's got Mankind. Mankind is my favorite Mick Foley character. And I would have liked a Mankind shirt, but you know what? This is close enough. This is good enough for me as of right now. So yeah. It's one of my favorites because Mick Foley, as I said, is one of my all-time favorites. It's time. It's time. It's Vader time. One of the best big men to ever do it in wrestling, not just WWE, in wrestling in general. Vader is the man. Long live Vader. He needs to go into the Hall of Fame, even though I don't give a fuck about the WWE Hall of Fame at this point, but Vader definitely needs to go into. I love Big Van Vader. One of my all-time favorite wrestlers ever. If we're just talking like talkers, like if we're just talking about some of the best talkers, some of the best guys to do promos, top 5 for me, maybe top 2, top 3. It's Roddy Piper. Hot Rod, baby. This is the one. This is the one he wore the most, man. He was the infamous one. And yeah, I had to get it because I fucking love Roddy Piper. I'm a sucker for the ones that was like worn the most by the actual wrestlers. So like, and it's the shirt that they are most notorious for wearing. I have to get that. I have to get it. Just like this Cactus Jack one. Like this is the one he wore in matches, you know, with the sleeveless red flannel. see if I can get the quote down. Just when you think you got the answers, start changing the questions or something to Daxton, you know. I start changing the questions. The ninth wonder of the world, China. Love this shirt because I love China. China was a badass growing up. I loved China. R.I.P. Joni Lar. She needs to be inducted into the Hall of Fame solo. All right. Even though I said I don't give a fuck about the WWE Hall of Fame, she needs to be inducted solo. Okay. So many wrestlers you have in the WWE Hall of Fame that you could just, you know, you could not induct because of their own personal history or whatever outside the ring. But, you know, no excuses for China. Okay? No excuses for China. The Four Horsemen. Easily my favorite faction of all time. In my opinion, the best heel faction of all time. This is from Pro Wrestling Tees. Love the Four Horsemen. My favorite lineup of the Four Horsemen is probably the NWA lineup of, you know, Flair, Tully, the Andersons, and of course J.J. Dillon. J.J. Dillon's always there. I am a fan though of Arn, Tully, Barry Windham, and Flair. You know, that lineup as well. But my number one favorite is, you know, Ole, Arn, Tully, Flair, of course J.J. Dillon. So yeah, Four Horsemen now. The Four Horsemen are the pinnacle of heel factions. So, you know, when you talk about heel factions, some of the best heel factions in wrestling, you gotta mention the Four Horsemen, baby. Bullet Club. For life. Too sweet. Yeah, Bullet Club are, Bullet Club got me back into wrestling heavily, honestly. I saw an interview with Carl Anderson, and they were talking about the Bullet Club and just the popularity of the Bullet Club, and I was like, what the fuck is this Bullet Club they're talking about? And when I looked up the Bullet Club, I was just like, okay, I need to look more into this. This looks dope. And yeah, this is I bought this before they ended up in Hot Topics, and you know, Cody and all of them started joining. Like, yeah, this even has the New Japan logo on the back. Yeah, this is one of the early Bullet Club shirts. Yeah, it's one of my favorite wrestling tees I own easily. This is another one of my favorite wrestling tees. This is, oh yeah, one of my favorite wrestlers ever. Easily my favorite wrestler of all time. Yeah, all time, the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Yeah, dig it. Yeah, one of the best of all time. Yeah, love this. This is the classic red Macho Man shirt. It's from WWE shop. And then I have a Pro Wrestling Tees one that I love as much. I don't wear as much, but I love it just because of the reference, which is I'm the cream of the crop. Yeah. Love when he puts the little cream on top of his head and it falls off. He's like, on balance, off balance. Listen, on balance, off balance, doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm the cream of the crop. Yeah. Macho Man is one of my favorite wrestlers ever. My favorite wrestlers I probably have the most t-shirts of. So don't be surprised if you see another Macho Man shirt in a little bit. Latino Heat. This is my favorite A. Guerrero shirt, easily. Addicted to the Heat on the back, the Scarface tribute one. This is probably one of the more popular ones. I'm pretty sure he's worn this one to the ring. I think he's worn both, but yeah, this is the first A. Guerrero shirt I've owned, and I love so much. It feels nice and comfortable, and you know, it's tribute to A, man. Tribute to one of the best. This is the first Phenomenal One AJ Styles shirt I have ever owned. It's the only one I've owned. This is one of the first shirts he had when he signed WWE, when he debuted in WWE, man. Yeah, I completely support that. He has done nothing but great work in the WWE. They have done right by him, as I wish they had done right by another former Impact wrestler that is one of the best in the company. And if you know about the recent releases that have happened, then you know who I'm referring to. AJ Styles was one of my... Clearly, if I bought the shirt, I love them, so I won't keep saying that. But yeah, AJ Styles is one of the best to ever step foot in the ring. And that's why I have this, along with Daniel Bryan. Yeah, another great that I have been following, along with AJ Styles. I've been following before they ever stepped foot in a sports entertainment ring. But yeah, Bryan is come on, it's fucking Daniel Bryan. What else can I say? This is my favorite Stone Cold shirt, easily. Yeah. Stomping mud holes and walking them dry since 1995, baby. Look at that. That shit's stuff. Yeah, this is my favorite Stone Cold shirt. But I also have this Undertaker tee. The Phenom. Dead Man Inc. The logo on the back. Honestly, I was trying to figure out if I liked the one I was just wearing or this one more. And I think I like this one more than the one I was wearing at the beginning of the video. NWO. Ayo. NWO. NWO is probably my second favorite. Maybe my third favorite heel faction of all time. Easily is NWO. They are my third favorite heel faction of all time. Such a recognizable logo. Those three letters, New World Order. You know what it is if you recognize it. My second favorite heel faction of all time, or just my second favorite faction of all time, is easily... Are you ready? Break it down. I was gonna get another DX shirt with the other shirts I just showed you that I got in that package, but they're really seeing that I like, because they have a lot of like Shawn Michaels and Triple H DX shirts on WWE Shop, but I'm more of... My favorite lineup of DX is X-Pac and the New Age Outlaws with China. That's my favorite era of DX. My favorite moment of DX is when they raided WCW with the tank, and that's one of my favorite moments of DX history. So, I love the Generation X. They're one of my favorite factions. I'm a big fan of like 3 or more people. Like, I like a faction of 4 people at least. Like, 3 people's cool. I love the Freebirds. I love New Day, which we'll get to, but no, like, give me more people in a faction. Give me a stable. That's what I want. Speaking of factions, New Day. New Day rocks. I love New Day shirts. I have a bunch of New Day shirts. Some of them I gave away, but this one is one of my favorites. I love New Day shirts because they're not in black. They're more colorful. They're more animated, more fun. And yeah, New Day rocks also. They're easily one of the best factions of the last 10 years in general. This was the first New Day shirt I ever got. Yeah. And it's probably my least favorite, to be honest, because it doesn't have New Day on it. I like the name of the wrestler on the front, not the back. Unless it's like super obvious, but most times I like to just have it like almost like a band tee where it's like the band name up front. Like, give me that. One of my favorite tag teams ever. Possibly my favorite tag team ever. The Dudley Boys. Yeah, the Dudleys. I love this shirt. Get the tables. Devon, get the tables. Yeah, this is my favorite Dudley shirt. But they had one when the year they were getting inducted to the Hall of Fame. That was a tie-dye Dudley shirt in reference to the tie-dye shirts they used to wear when they were in ECW. And I wanted that so bad, but I didn't get it. But that's one of them that is no longer around. Maybe you have it, which lucky for you, but yeah, it's no longer around. That and the Hardy Boys shirt they had, that was like a throwback shirt when they first came back after that awesome WrestleMania moment they had a few years ago. Yeah, I want that one too, you know. But you can't always get what you want. And the last of my shirts that I want to show is this new Macho Man shirt I got that is super dope. I can't wait to rock this. It's mineral wash, but it's on a blue shirt. And it has the cream of the crop on it. This might have replaced my cream of the crop shirt I just showed, because this one is a different color. Nice graphic. Oh man, I can't wait to rock this. Yeah, dig it. And this other shirt I have here is another great big man in the ring. Legendary Bam Bam Bigelow. Yeah, love this. Bam Bam Bigelow is one of my favorite big men in the ring. He just looked badass, man. Like, just the head tattoo he had, his ring gear with the flames, like, oh man, like Bam Bam Bigelow was the shit. You know, rest in peace to him as well, man. So many great wrestlers that are no longer around. It's just sad, man. Sad, crazy. I have one more. I have 2 more things I want to show real quick. And the very last few things I have are this awesome tie-dye New Day shirt. It's probably my favorite. It is my favorite New Day shirt, easily. This is the best New Day shirt I own. Along with this insanely dope Kane hoodie. Yeah, this is one of my favorite wrestling items, easily, because it's just so fucking dope. And Kane is one of my favorite monsters in wrestling. He's my favorite monster in wrestling. Kane is the shit. He totally deserved to go into the Hall of Fame this year. And I also have this AEW hoodie, because I'm all elite, baby. All elite. And that is it for everything in all my wrestling tees, wrestling clothes. That's about it. That's all I have. And there will be more, unfortunately. Yeah, so many I have, so much more coming, because you don't stop. It just keeps going and going, man. The longer you're in it, new stars come in and they catch you, and you just fall in love with them, and you want to support them, and yeah, you keep going to shows, you get different teas, and it's just the lifestyle, man. Just the lifestyle. So yeah, that's about it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube things that are down there for you to do. What's some of your favorite, what's some of your favorite classic wrestling tees? Like the most iconic ones you can think of, or your favorite that you own. Put it in the comments down below, man. Let's talk about that wrestling shit. All right? And remember, I'm Eric Nigma because you aren't, and that's okay. Peace out.